Alright, let's get into it. Give a couple minutes here, and we will get rocking and rolling. Alright, so alright. Let's get started here. Welcome to the channel, everybody. I'm going to do something unique here. We're definitely going to get into some gameplay, but I wanted to record this, potentially chop it up and put it out because I think there's some important things to go over, right? First off, this is an alpha, right? It's the obvious thing to state. It says it right in the top right corner, but not everything is in this game right now. So when there's literally a playtest week that was extended obviously until yesterday, it does not mean that outside of that the game's in full release mode. It's still alpha. All that happened in this specific time period is that the devs were paying attention to all feedback, providing daily hot fixes. They were running some 5v5 tournaments, seeing how that went. Putting out different packs and different rewards and stuff for playing just because they wanted as much feedback as possible, as many players playing, to stress test the game in that period of time while they were actively interacting with the player base. However, now it's not like, boom, they put the hotfixes, welcome to full release. We still aren't in beta. Still aren't at full release, obviously. So when you're playing the game, you have to expect that. And it was just interesting because on Discord, I think some of the feedback, a lot of the feedback that I saw translated into, man, I want better rewards. Man, my team still is the same as it was a week ago. Or like, it was stuff that I could see if it was full release. But guys, they don't even have proper ways to cross the ball on free kicks yet. It just automatically takes you to a shot. You can be at a free kick on near the corner flag, and it will just show up as a shot the same way, right? They don't have every tool the defender is going to have. They don't have every skill move in the game. They don't have the skill move sharpened. They don't have all the formations. They don't have all the player roles, right? This is the alpha mode of the game. Where they're at right now, they wanted feedback on just the general gameplay, feedback on maybe things that would be cool to add, and then they take that all into consideration, which is awesome because they wouldn't have wasted their time putting a game out that's so polished in the alpha if they didn't really respect our feedback, which is great, right? But at the same time, I don't think the player base fully understood that. I don't think it was on purpose. But to me, because they added things like rankings, right? Because they added the swaps in different ways that you could, build your team up, get better players as part of the playtest. This is actually like a good problem to have, but people started playing it as a full release game. This is all going to go away, guys. This is not going to be your squad, right? Probably going to be gone by beta. Maybe not even all of us will be invited to play beta. Maybe we will. But this is all definitely going to go away by full release. You're not going to have, and it sucks because I have some players that I really grown attached to. Not to mention a lot of them will be retired by then because I'm still going to play this game all out. But to the players who are holding on to this team thinking, oh, this is my team, no. Not only the retirement part, but also you're going to get the full release and it's going to be just a new game, essentially. This is literally just a fraction of what we were to expect. And we're going to get into what that means, but I wanted to point that out so the players who are kind of giving certain feedback understand some of this stuff without a doubt is going to be added, right? And even at times I felt I was somewhat insulting the intelligence of the devs. Claudio just responded like, no, man, like your feedback has been great. Keep it coming. But I didn't want to be providing them and wasting their time with some of the things I thought they for sure going to be adding, for sure going to be changing, because it is, after all, an alpha. And so I feel like if you want to be responsible, you don't have to. You can still bitch about whatever you want. But if you want to be responsible and like really look into it, you could probably tell, right, just by simply understanding how the simplicity in certain things and then how big of a problems others are, what's worth, quote unquote, bitching about or providing feedback about, right? Without a doubt, there's going to be the ability to actually cross the ball on free kicks where your players line up on the back post or their set plays or, you know, different corners you can run, like stuff like that. Of course, that's all going to be added, right? But I just wanted to put that out there. And the next thing is the good problem part. When you have a game at this early stage, right? I want to go see if I can pull up the alpha of, or it really was an alpha, they called it the beta of UFL. So people can truly understand, because the other thing I didn't like, I don't mean to pick on the guy, but Prodigy. He's an eFootball guy, and he made a statement, and he may have retracted this by then. I haven't talked to him, but he made a statement a bit ago, and he said, and by the way, what's up to Boomfa, Frederick? What's up to Phil, Realm? How are you guys doing? He made a statement that was like, man, I could see this being a really good arcade game, but this definitely is not a true football game. They're not going for a real football game. And it was his most insulting thing because, for one, he clearly didn't do his due diligence. If you look into the depth of these stats, and if you go online, right, after looking at all of these stats, and not only that, but the fact that it goes deeper than that, right? The fact that you then go into this right here, player attributes, and every single stat, like shooting, attacking IQ. The attacking IQ determines how well AI-controlled players position themselves during attacking scenarios, as well as how much speed they use when moving in attacking spaces. Long shots. A long shot stat determines a player's accuracy when shooting from a long range. Shooting accuracy is also affected by percentage of power charge on the power bar. Medium range accuracy is affected by both the finishing and long shot stats, where the further the distance, the higher the weight of the long shot stat. You can go through every stat randomly, like boom. Standing tackle. Stand tackle stat determines the width of the tackling assistance zone. The higher the stat is, the wider the assistance zone. Every stat has a purpose in game, which then translates to how well you know your player's stats, right, can determine your success or failures on the pitch. This is not an arcade game. Arcade would be, in sports, would be NBA Jam. Okay? Arcade in sports would be Topgolf, right? Which you spin the ball, right? Now, Topgolf gets pretty engaging. There's a lot you can choose, different clubs, you get it, but you're still essentially just spinning the deal, spinning the little thing, right? Space Jam is a really good one. Red Card is a console arcade game, right? Everyone remember Red Card. FIFA Streets, another good one, arcade game, right? Where it's like about button mashing, skill moves and stuff. Goals is the most in-depth true football game. Let me explain why. eFootball definitely takes the cake, just barely, but they take the cake only because this is in alpha mode. By full release, you don't know what Goals is going to add. Maybe they add demand marking, the type marking, the ability to move your players, and then your formations adjust accordingly, which I hope they do, because that's one area where eFootball is king. I love the addition in eFootball of your knowledge tactically and how that translates to a skill gap. And then not only that, but like at halftime and before games, you can tweak everything based on how your opponent's playing, based on their strengths and weaknesses. Obviously, just looking through the players, having these stats available just to face stats, because it's not real players, where you know how Hull it is and Pele and Kroos. So you look at your opponent, oh, they have Mbappe, I might want to man mark him. Oh, they have Ibra, I know. Oh, they have Kohler, I know he's going to be going for crosses. Kohler and then the edge crosser Beckham. Like, just knowing these face stats, you can do a decent amount to adjust. And so goals could easily do it, or something of their own, but similar, right? And so the fact that Prodigy thought that could only be tied to two things, in my opinion. One, well, three things. One, it's alpha stage, so there's not all the bells and whistles aren't in this game yet. Two, they chose to go with the animation or the art look of like a rematch or more of a anime type instead of realistic, if that makes sense. Even though, as we talked about, you could have dots or you could have zoo animals as the players, and as long as the football's great, the football's great. That's all. That's what matters the most. And then third, maybe he said that because the feel of a true football game with no AI assistance, where animations aren't dictating and kind of serving as a crutch for lower skill players, the feel of the game is going to be more classic. Because the last good football games, 10, 15, 20 years ago, it was before EA Sports had enough rope to hang themselves, for lack of a better term, because with all the technological advances, that's when they started adding the crazy animations and all the trash that players would end up abusing. Example this year, one of the biggest glitches, juggling up to yourself and doing that crazy animation, half bicycle volley, whatever kick that was an automatic goal for a while, right? They obviously had to get that out of the game, but that's what EA Sports does. They add in all this goofy stuff that serves as shortcuts. All this skills, moves, spammers, the different play styles that add these animations in where, for instance, advanced tackling. You literally have players that you could be 5 yards away from the ball, press X, your player would sprint to close down that space and shove, literally like shoulder shove, not shoulder tackle, shoulder shove the opponent off the ball. Right? You didn't have to close down the gap, the distance. You didn't have to close the angle and time your tackle right. You just had to get within like 5 in-game yards and press X. That's where those games went down that. So this classic feel, you're going to have like where people would say, oh, it's like PES PS2 or something like that. That's a compliment, right? Because when you add in the modern day controls to the classic feel before all the bullshit was added, before the AI started taking over defense entirely, basically, before animation started running wild, right, and taking over the player's ability to time passes, power them up accordingly. Like everything became animated, and they wanted the beautiful finish every single time, and that beautiful heading animation every time, and right, goals opted to go away from animations, as animations don't decide anything in this game. So part of that is you're going to get that more classic raw feel, but it's still pure football, meaning your decisions, your tactical knowledge, how you translate that into the game, right? When I have the ball with, I don't know, Holroyd, my left back, and he's overlapping, right? And I choose to play into my cam, back to Elaine, then through to Sparks. Okay, my opponent then has to react off of that. And as my opponent's reacting, maybe as I lay it back here and see him cover Sparks, now that opens up a gap and I can manually send Madi through on goal. If I don't make the change and he covers this ball from Elaine to Sparks, boom, it's intercepted. If I react quick enough and he doesn't then change and cover Madi, Madi's through, right? Everything's like, the whole game's like that. I pass into Madi, right? I decide to dribble. He's got to defend me one-on-one. If he does it successfully, he stops her. If he doesn't, I go through, right? Everything's decision-based. It's not, there's no, if I get it into Madi and cut in right outside the edge of the arc of the 18, I hit a finesse shot, that's almost a guaranteed goal. If I can just get Holroyd down to the end line and cross, Sparks has 99 heading. That's a guaranteed goal. Some of that stuff's in the game right now because it's alpha, but we would all be fools to think that that's going to remain in this game. Just by talking to the devs, just by seeing the direction they're going, just by knowing that there's actual gamers, especially FIFA gamers, that actually despise the rat nonsense. The broken mechanics where Kurt, one of the developers of goals, actually walked off a professional tournament when one of the players scored a glitch goal. It was like FIFA 17, 18, 19, one of the... The only reason some of this stuff is in this game is because that was part of the reason of the alpha. To see what was being abused, and then they will fix it, right? So I'll get to that point too on the players who are playing goals right now. But at the end of the day, the game is all your decisions and your opponent's decisions, pure and simple. So it's not going to have the cutesy looking stuff. It's not going to have the AI taking over and the different, they call them player skills in eFootball, for instance, or in ability perks in UFL, but in eFootball, all it is AI shit. AI does all that, right? When you do a stunning shot and your player has rising shot and knuckle shot and dipping shot, right? The AI takes over. How about Ibrahimovic has a special skill called whatever it's called, but basically his first 8 shots, no matter how you shoot them, it goes up to a 90% chance to score. That is the dumbest Showtime skill I've ever heard. Giving players a crutch that they don't deserve. Visionary pass. When you pass with this player, the receiving players, their stats boost up to 90 or 95, whatever it is, right? You're giving players assistance, so it's no longer player versus player, your player skills versus theirs. You're adding stuff to it. Same reason why they added the stoppage time change. Because, and we're going to play a game in this tournament's AI while I talk about this, but the same thing with tournaments, right? Not tournaments, sorry. The same thing. Let me take out these players right here. The same thing with UFL with ability perks. Where in UFL, you get a player that can shoot a 50-yard shot in the upper corner. That's not skill. You're going to take it to where you can get an open shot, shoot it 50 yards. You're guaranteed a goal. Or with Holland, before they did the patch, you were guaranteed, as long as you cross it to Holland, you're guaranteed a goal, right? The low finesse shot that goes a million miles an hour, that's not real football. Come on. Like, all these things started taking away. So, getting to the point, as you watch this game in alpha stage, right, it isn't going to have all the cutesy stuff, all the fancy, but everything is literally about football fundamentals. You find your open player, you pass the ball to him, and you move. And you work the ball up and you try to get shots accordingly, right? Defensively, you have to read where your opponent is going, right? And then you have to block off passing lanes, block off dribbling lanes. If a player's dribbling, you have to choose the correct angle to shut them down, or they'll beat you. It's that simple. That's football, and that's why every game is so exciting. But it's also why players can easily clip this game right now and say, look at that shot, man. That was goofy, man. This is like PES 99, man. Like, but when you actually feel the game, it's the same reason why players like Inception and Nick and everybody and myself, right? I'm not as big follower-wise, but knowledge-wise, I'm right there with them, if not further along, if I must say. We know what we're talking about. So I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. No one's paying little old me with 1,700 subscribers money to promote this game. I'm being dead honest. And if you guys are being honest with yourselves, you either don't know football or you definitely see where I'm coming from with this. It's one of those two, right? Or you know it's a good game, but you don't want to admit it. One of the three. It just blows my mind how some people, a few people, have some of the, if they truly are playing the game, I don't see how you couldn't feel like, okay, this is actual football. Now we're talking. Now I don't have the AI doing everything. Now I can actually make my own decisions and they matter on the pitch, right? Now it's truly me versus my opponent, not my opponent and the AI versus me and the AI and whoever. You know what I mean? No shortcuts, right? Which is what I'm getting to next. Well, wait a second. There are shortcuts to abuse mechanics. So that's where I want to get to the player base part. This is more of a question than anything else. What a diving header. I love how they added that, by the way. I want to show it. we either are on kind of a tough road where there's a lot of rats that are interested in this game, okay, or it's something where right now the player base truly isn't molded. It's just everyone feeling it out, and the rats being seriously mistaken over what this game is truly going to be about. Because I have 100% faith that all the abused nonsense will be removed, probably by beta, if not by full release. And that if there is anything that the rats find, because they always do, that they can abuse, it will continue to be removed to the point where, this is my opinion, that the rats playing this game right now that mistakenly think, oh, I found a game where I can abuse this, this, and this, it's my new favorite game, they're going to be sorely mistaken and going to be gone by full release. So I was thinking about that and actually kind of wanted your opinions on it, right? Because you will come across a lot of ratty players in this game right now. After really thinking about it, that's my opinion. Even if there are ratty players that love that they can abuse X, Y, and Z, they clearly don't understand what an alpha is. They clearly don't get that, or maybe they understand it but think, oh, this stuff will still be in the game for sure. In my opinion, it's just them having ignorance in who's creating this game. So I truly believe that the amount of players trying to abuse mechanics in this alpha is not indicative of the player base. I have faith that this player base will be the best of all football games, because if you don't love true football, you're not going to understand this game. You're going to look and, dude, the sweat's not coming off of the eyebrows, dude. Man, I can't do the Hullet SBC, bro. I can't spin for Hullet 4 times this year, dude. No way, bro. I can't do it. If I can't get 3 different Romarios next year, I'm not playing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I can't have smart assist, this is not my game. So I just don't see how any non-football players will like this. I think you're going to have to truly love football, truly be able to understand the tactical side of the game, and be able to execute it in game for this to be a fun game. And if you do that, there's no game more fun, right? Because you can truly have a battle with an opponent from start to finish. It could be a 0-0 game, but the most fun game you've played. I've had tons of those where it's either a mirror match and we're trying to break each other down, right? Or it's a game where we have totally opposite styles of play and we're trying to break each other down, right? Then I've had games that were non-stop goals because both of us were just playing really good in the attack and we couldn't stop each other. 7-6 games that were barn burners, but just as fun and just as true to football. It's just football in the video game sense, right? Which is obviously going to be different from real life. But while you're not trying to get an exact replica of real life, you're trying to capture the essence of what makes this the beautiful game, why we all love football. If you do not capture that essence, right, that magical feel, the thing that we all love. When all of us started playing football or started liking it, didn't have to play, like if you're Phil, like what made Phil become a fan of the game? That feeling, if you don't capture that in game, right, then you don't have a true football game. So that's where my stance is. So I don't think the player base in general in goals is going to be just as ratty as the rest. Or I saw a comment today like, man, I thought FC community, no, he actually had been getting messages nonstop, and he's like, I thought FC community was toxic. Nearly half my games I've gotten messages, people calling me a rat, basically, right? Don't think he used the word rat, but it's like me and one other guy go, well, wait a second, for you to get that many messages, what are you abusing? He's like, what do you mean abusing something in an alpha? I don't think I deserve getting messages at all. So who knows who was messaging him? I had another player the other day on stream, if you remember, maybe you do, maybe you're on, maybe you weren't, who said to me the same thing, like, man, you're like the 6th player to message me. And when I messaged him, I literally just asked him, like, bro, when you're playing like that, are you having fun? Like, you know you can play good football in this game. And he was a player that was doing this. I'll actually show you. He was getting the ball. He was passing it to his one player. And he did go for crosses outside of this too. And then to me, he did say, he goes, "Cross is my bad, you're right." Didn't even explain. But he kind of played dumb, and he took a player from here, and he would just do this. Drag back, step over, dribble, cut, drag back, step over, dribble, drag back, just with one player the whole time. And then he sprinted, but he had obviously a super talented player where he could do this. Kind of like I am now. Kind of like this. And then he would shoot at far post, and he'd make sure he was outside of the 6, which, if you know, as strong as the goalies are, they're really weak on that particular shot. To me, that was ratty. So I don't know what this other player was doing, but to me, that's what this player base is going to be more of. The players that message the rats, as opposed to the player base full of actual rats, if that makes sense. Because I think they're going to remove everything that can be abused. And in the meantime, when it is in the game, before they remove it, there's going to be so much heat on those players. It's going to be like those two that I'm giving as an example, where they're getting bombarded by everybody. Whereas FC and all these games, they're so used to it now, you'll get messages from like someone like me. But a lot of people just, dude, screw it, it's FC. Screw it, it's UFL. Screw it, that's what eFootball is. Right? That's my humble opinion. I want to know what you guys think of that, though. But the other thing I want to bring up, like, well, what's different about FC? Everyone said, oh, this is the year for FC. This is the year. Yes, I got fooled. I'm one of them. I have to admit, I was one of many people that got fooled, because I got fooled by this is for you this year, and they finally were talking to us, and the beta was so freaking good for FC. I got fooled because they just ended up doing the same thing they've done every year. Now the game sucks again. But I still couldn't name one developer in FC, right? And definitely not one that's as legendary and that's as well respected as Kurt or Italian Stallion. If you haven't watched that video, the last two, the in-depth breakdown, right? And then the Italian Stallion video I break down. Check out both of them, talking about the gameplay deep dive, and then like kind of the design philosophy, where they break down exactly how they came up with their passing system. So I don't see, people like that are not going to be as deeply involved in this game if there was going to be nonsense. By the way, the game wouldn't be at this stage in alpha, right, focusing on keeping your decisions at the forefront, if they were just going to plan on leaving in a bunch of trash that can be abused. Because then all this would be for nothing. If all I had to do was go like this, cross, offsides, but go like this, cross goal, go like this, cross goal, put a 99 player up top and score, kind of like it is now a little bit, or do a drag back, do another drag back, and another one, and another one. Or, oh, I got a legendary player, they only have uncommon defenders, sprint past them every time, right? Just make sure you shoot from the outside of the edge of the 6 and it's a guaranteed goal. Like, these things are going to be removed easily. Think about how all that stuff is easy, right? Look at UFL. The R1, R2 glitch. They screwed up something so bad they can't even switch the controls to get rid of that. The through ball glitch. They messed up their coding so bad that when you play a diagonal through ball from a certain angle, the entire opposing defense freezes. The reason is because they couldn't make a full game where you are the decider. And that's the shot I'm talking about that always goes in. Well, now actually, I will say they do get saved sometimes. Some people are actually saying the goalies are too strong now, which I disagree with. They do save some crazy shots. I don't know, man. It's hard to say, but I trust in goals out of every development team to figure it out. I really do. Yeah, FC's down, completely down the gutter, and at this time, every year it's getting earlier and earlier, by the way. Last year, if you remember, I was gone. I'm about exactly a year now, or is it 2 years now, or is it 1 year? No, it's about, is it two? No, this is about when I left. Last year at this time is when I left FC. It was a December Cup. It was the December Pro Cup. I think that just passed. If somebody wants to check the dates of the December Pro Cup, I literally walked. Technically, I wasn't physically there, but technically walked right out of a Pro Cup. Finished a game, it was like I was up 4-1 at half. Then I went up like 5-2. It was 9-minute halves. I ended up losing 6-5 or 8-6. Dude, it was something crazy. There was 2 games. One it was like 8-7. One it was 6-5, and it was just the dumbest football I've ever been a part of. You can barely call it football. But I was smoking both these guys. 9-minute halves. They went pure rat, and then they found success. I was like, this is pointless, dude. So I stopped playing FC, saw UFL coming, and then boom. The rest is history. Then I started the channel, right? So it's almost befitting that we're at another promising game, because that's another point I wanted to make, right? Where UFL messed up is they never ever put out the game, got feedback, and made fixes. Put out the game, got the way they did it. They're like, all right, guys, here's the game. It's coming out soon. They put it out for everyone to test, and everyone's like, this game sucks. What did they do? And I'm going to show you footage after this. They then delayed the start of the game, took it back behind closed doors, fixed X, Y, and Z, and then go, all right, here's the game. Now, to their credit, they did make a lot of improvements. The problem, though, let's see if we can get a crossing goal here. Nope. What a finish. Oh, I love the finishing in this game. The problem, though, is underneath the much improved game, when they finally did release it, they still didn't get enough feedback. And what ended up happening, guys? They missed several things that started getting discovered slowly but surely, right? And then the game quickly became a rat-filled glitch fest. So then they had to put out a huge patch pretty quickly. And what happened after that patch? They broke more shit. Then the next patch had to come because they broke more shit. And what did that patch do? It broke even more shit. And if they plugged one hole up, right, it was almost like they had to put a hole in the boat to get a plug to plug another hole, if that makes sense. So then more water came rushing in, and the shit just kept sinking, and they don't even realize it, but they're already sunk to the bottom of the ocean. They're just in delusion right now. Okay? So what I'm trying to get at is the way Goals is doing it, this game is still out. The play test, like, specific week is over, but you can still provide your feedback. It's just not as active, the responses and stuff, because now they're getting down to business, compiling all the data, and actually getting to work in detail on the game. But you can still provide feedback. They're still gathering data from players, right? And no other game has done this, guys. No other game. Right now we're a day past the end of, like, their playtest. Every other game would have shut down by now. They're leaving it out there, right? Which is incredible, because anytime they want to test something, they put an update out, boom, they have a player base to test it. Not to mention, wow, we get to enjoy some damn good football. It's brilliant. This is brilliant. This is how you make a football game. All because they had the balls to put this version out and not care if people try to clip the bad parts and put it out and say, look at this shit, or talk bad about a game that's not even finished yet, or even close to finished, right? Oh, what a dude, the finishing in this game is bar none the best, bro. All the different animation, yeah, that would be animation, right? Yeah, actions are what your player does. Animations are like the finishing animations are freaking brilliant. Once the devs taught me that, I try to get it right so I don't throw you guys off, because I would call, like, let's say I make a tackle here. Holy shit, fast play. So I intercepted the ball and played a through ball. I would call, like, this dribble an animation. But no, this is like an action. Like, this is something my player's doing. An animation would be like how the ball hit the net, right? Now, in other games, like in FC especially, they do make animations, right? They basically make animations replace certain actions that would be done by the player in a game like Goals, right? So if I press X right there, instead of my player having to sweep across and everything all the way through is my decision, my run, my angle, me winning the ball, they'll make it to where, like, right here I press X, boom, and then the AI takes over, and there's like a tackling animation. So it's a combo of like AI. So right there I would just press X and if I had like the anticipate play style, my player would cover the distance and there would be a certain tackling animation that went down, right? Or if I'm from a different angle, then a different animation would trigger. There's no animations in goals. You have to close the opponent down at the right angle and time your tackle correctly, right? Now, again, it's alpha, so they got to add a shoulder tackle. They got to add what I hope they add is an in-between. Not a standing tackle, not a shoulder charge, but if you're on the side, a toe poke. I feel like if you add the ability to poke the ball just to dispossess your opponent, right, as they go to shoot, I feel like that would be huge. I feel like those plays in other games and right now in goals where you pause the game at a certain moment, you can see where the defender almost looks like they're letting the attacker go by. And you don't want to stand tackle there because you can definitely miss it and the player just zips by. It's not like the right angle for that. You definitely don't want to slide tackle. But it's like if you're jockeying, and then you know what I'm talking about, especially if you're a defender, where you're jockeying, the attacker puts the ball just a little to it in front to either shoot or dribble, and then you just poke it away. Right? And you can either poke it and then run and get possession, or you can poke it away just to throw your opponent off. They might get the ball back, but you kind of threw them out of their rhythm or stopped them from shooting. So let me read some of these comments and then we'll get to talking about more. Kill shot, 100% agree. Goals is full of rats lately. Which is why I wanted to make sure I talked about that, because I do not think they're here to stay. I do not think it's indicative of what this community will be. I think this community will be the most true to football. Like true football gamers, like the old Pez days. I think this player base is going to be that. I think players like Inception are going to come over here. I don't think Nick will. Nick is a FIFA guy. Let's just be totally honest. Inception is amazing at FC / FIFA. You go at Nick's an FC guy. Inception's incredible at FC, but he's not an FC guy, dude. He is a PES guy at heart, even if he only played FC. And I think with goals is where he comes over to true football and starts covering it. I truly do. The way this gameplay is matches perfectly to what he always like dreams about in his videos. If you watch, like, what it should be is this. The football I would like to see is this. That's goals, guys. That's goals. I looked at the pool of players for Christmas on eFootball. I don't think it's worth it for the grind. I will just delete that game. Only two good players are Alonso and Khan. If the rats don't sink their teeth in, they will be out in 30 weeks. The players will retire. Player skills are all animations, which makes it arcade. Yep. NFL Blitz. Yeah, Phil. Good call on NFL Blitz, by the way. So, Phil, the full release is like a year away. You never know, that could change, but that's what I heard. So, I want to just give that rundown because I just felt like it was important. But, let's go in after I play this final, just because it's an AI. I want to go in and try to show you the UFL early on. You guys, it's going to blow your mind how bad it was. It was the worst game. Holy shit! I'm playing all legends. Alright, let's focus. Let's see how good this AI is. They just hit me with a heater. By the way, did I put my new players in? Let me see. I don't think I did. Oh no, I had to take them out. Why do they get to use... Wait. I don't think I can use my legendaries, but they can. Squad requirement not met. Yep. See, I can't put them in. I want to show off those new players, but I'll do it after this. So yeah. So UFL early on, it was like a beta / here's our game, try it out early and we'll make some fixes. It was the dumbest thing. The way these video games do it, it's like ass backwards, okay? They make the game, right? Get so deep in it that they can't change some things. Then players go pick it apart, find a million things, and they go, oh, well, they found 100 things we need to fix. About 50 of them are vital, but we're only able to fix about 10 of those 50 vital things. out of the other 50, we can fix about 30 of them, but they're minute. And they'll be like, okay, do that. So then they'll say, thanks for your feedback. We fixed this, this, and this, 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 and this. They won't even talk about the vital things they can't fix. What? Offside. I was like, wait a second. Do the game... Because I play on... I can't hear. And now you have a game that's trash. I always bring this up, but it's a great example. FIFA 19. Kurt 0411 is invited to play the beta behind closed doors. Right? He comes back. Not supposed to... Fuck. Not supposed to talk about it. But he says, guys, I can't tell you about the game, but here's what I'll tell you. If the game's anything like that beta, we are in big trouble. Well, guess what? By the time Nick gave him all that, or Kurt gave him all that feedback, they weren't even able to fix half of it because the time, the money, and if they could fix some of it, they weren't going to because of all the time and money. So the game comes out, and guess what? It's just as bad, and Kurt was exactly right. Right? He called it. It was freaking terrible. Oh. And so, see, and those are just placeholders too. Like the free kicks, it might be like a rendition, but they're going to be much more in depth on the free kicks and the ability to do different things and stuff. I got that confirmed. But Madi, she's insane on the dribble, dude. But see, that's the thing. I see where these 90 attackers can be useful, and she's got insane shooting. She's my biggest pickup, this Madi up top. She's so good. They just need to give the ability, like when I do this, my opponent needs to be able to poke the ball away. My opponent needs to be able, when I do this, right, when I shield, my opponent needs to be able to put their physicality defensively, because they can use their physicality and do all these skill moves, but all we can do is a standing or a slide tackle. There needs to be more for defenders, which there will. Again, it's alpha, but it's just worth stating, right? That could be goal. Oh, man, a little further in the corner. All right, good. I need to focus. But yeah, so it's been ass backwards for the other games. So these guys have already broken the mold. It drives me crazy when I see certain things, and I feel like, man, I might not be the best at, like, sometimes, like, no way, Madi, trying to explain it. But I want to make sure, like, it's not my job to clarify. Oh, they gave me a tackle back goal. To clarify all these things. But, like, guys, tackle backs, they aren't going to be in the game. They already added the stumble. There's still going to be more added in there. I played that I Am French guy in a game earlier, and one of the reasons he was a little upset, if you're in Discord, you saw this. If not, me and him went at it a little bit. Still professional / like for the good of the game, but for one, he talked about five backs, and it was like the video I made in UFL. These players just do not know true 5 backs. What they do is they remember it from FC days where the spacing was jacked up, and a 5 back would put 5 players in a straight wall next to each other, plus all the players in front would stack back. The spacing's so good, and the positional awareness of the players on the pitch is so good in goals. Dude, my wingbacks are listed not as fullback, as wingbacks. They're midfielders half the time. They're midfielders half the time. It just gives me with a 5-back the ability to pull them further back. Whereas if I play a 3-back, they stop at midfield. In a 5-back, they'll track all the way back, but they're up the pitch, which I can show you in this game. But this I Am French comes in, and he's like, 5-backs, there's no place for them in football games. They're nothing but toxic. No, yeah, in FC, you're right. In FC, but we're not playing FC. As a matter of fact, do you really feel like a game with these types of developers, with the game they're trying to build, do you really think a game who puts an anti-time waste clearly against the rap BS is going to put in a formation in the alpha at that, where they don't even have all the formations yet? Do you really think that they would add not only one 5-back, but 2 or 3 5-back systems if they were unfair, if they were broken? Absolutely not. They would do what FC did at one point and remove them. I mean, FC literally removed them when they were broken during one of their metas. All goals would have done is not included them. Look at this 5-back, okay? Look at this 5-back. I don't have anybody covering the middle unless I manually pull back. Look at what he just did. He just burned my wing back, right? You can't look at this setup and tell me that, oh, it gives you this defensive advantage. It's toxic. What's toxic? What's toxic in this? You're simply going with an old narrative that came from a whole different football game. That's insulting the devs at goals. Like, they would put in a broken freaking system in their alpha. Give me a break. Look at right now. Look at my wingback all the way over here. Look. Right? I have to track back. Now look at the central part of the field. I have to manually pull my players into the middle. Look at the spacing. There's not 7 players just blocking the goal. Look at the spacing. Right? Now look at my wingers. Every time, look, I'm over midfield right now, and I attack like this just about every time. I'm not just sitting back with 5 players in the back. Look at all the way over here. That's my other back, guys. Even before he got the ball, he was over midfield. Look. Look at this. Look, she's way over half. Come on, give me a break. The toxic part that you're talking about is long gone. That's an FC, right? And oh my God, how do you miss? And this is an FC. So some of the feedback's like that, right? But when I played this I Am French guy, as a matter of fact, he had a 4-2-3-1, and he parked the bus like a son of a gun. His whole central was just covered. He didn't even have to really defend because he had so many numbers there. It was inevitable that you were going to run into a player. So it was funny because I guess in his mind he thought, oh, since I'm playing a 4-2-3-1, I'm officially, like, that's okay. I could play a 5 depth. And maybe he wasn't, but it felt like that. But if you play a 70 depth 5 back, even when you look at this and clearly see there's nothing bad about it, it just automatically, just because it says 5 back, it's bad, right? Even if I use a 4-2-3-1 in a ratty way and just try to dribble against defenders not adequately equipped, the ratty person, is the one who played a 5 back. It's crazy. So I mean this with all due respect, but it's like some of the thinking, you got to just look at the fact that some people are either speaking in ignorance. Well, it's really the whole case. They're speaking in ignorance, but they either know they are and they're trolling, or they don't even understand, right? They don't even understand, but there's a lot of that kind of stuff too. So there we go. Big championship. Took us up to 14K. That was actually kind of fun too, just for running around playing. So we have a Christmas Cup, but first, I'm going to open this up. Only one. Okay, boom. And I want to go and do this upgrade. I've upgraded a lot of my players. Look, I have tons more I can upgrade too. But I want to upgrade Altani and see what he gets here. Not enough points yet. 15. I need 25K, I think. Let's upgrade you. You got 92 defense already. Let's see what this upgrade will look like. I was saying it. I'll say it again. Look. So look at his upgrade. 92 defense, 91 physical, 83 pace. 90 acceleration. His speed is slow, though. Passing is too low. And his defensive IQ is too low to play center back. Damn. Great physicality, though. But I'm going to have to sell him after all. Alright, so shot. This one looks interesting. She only gets 1, though. That wasn't even worth it. I shouldn't even have upgraded her. Peters I want to upgrade for sure. Let's see what he gets. Oh my God. So he turns to an absolute beast, dude. 85 passing, 93 pace, 90-97, 87 defense. Interceptions is bad, but his standing tackle's great. Dribbling's not the worst. Damn, is that all of them? Yep, he's fully upgraded. Damn. So close. One more upgrade and he could have been incredible, guys. But where he stands now... See, look at this Morrow. I still have 2 more upgrades with her. But I need some beast ones. Peters is done. So this upgrade system, I mean... You can add some cool stuff. I figured, like... Oh, that was the AI Cup I was playing while I was talking. That was an AI Cup I just won. These 2... the most you can have right now is 2. Look at some of these upgrades, though. Watch this. They have some beastly ones. Those weren't as big. Usually they're huge. Let's see this one. Excuse me. Look at this. Look at this upgrade, guys. Look at that. And he only gets 2 total, though. Man, see, I gotta quit doing that. I gotta get rid of these ones with 1 and 2 down here. 4 or more is what I usually do. Should have looked at that. 4 more, because if it's 1 or 2, they're not going to go anywhere. You might as well sell them. $95 diving, 90 reflexes, 26 handling though. So he gets 3. I'm going to keep him. That's an interesting one. Thinking about just getting rid of these 2. Oh, Serena looks pretty good though. They're completed. 86. She can definitely go. Gregory. How much do you need to upgrade, buddy? 25. I'm doing it, guys. I'm doing it. I'm just getting rid of her. Wait, I want to make sure. Defensive IQ 91, 95, 89, 85. She's kind of a beast though. Attacking mid, striker. She could play center back. Center back. So right now I have 3 strikers, 2 center backs, 93 dribbling. I'm going to keep her and just wait on that upgrade. Wait a bit on the upgrade. Yeah, but a lot of upgrades. You can see my team. So I got Caroline Shabangu, absolute beast of a center back. She's great in the air too, so is Fern. So I got them on either side of Frigario, who's much more lower rated, but a defensive beast, as you can see. Right, her defensive IQ lacks a little bit, but her jockeying, interceptions are both brilliant, so she does a good job, right? And then Sparks I actually play here, and then this is my best shooter on the entire squad. 97 finishing, 94 attacking IQ, shot power 97. Now what's interesting, I'm testing this out, is how well she does compared to Bullich and Kocha, who are both just speed demons with good shooting, especially Kocha. He's my second best shooter. Well, third best because now Madi. This is easily my best player is Madi. She's insane pace, insane shooting, and excellent dribbling as well. She's a whole 9 for a striker, right? Then I also got Holroyd, 94 pace, 85 defense. He's a beast. And then Altani's still hanging out. I remember when he was my best player, right? So, I mean, there's been quite a few upgrades because he's nowhere near my best player right now. He's actually my 4th out of 5 on defense. I even put him behind Frigario, who's very important in the center. So, again, to have this much depth in a game, That's in alphas and sync. So now we'll go in and actually get some gameplay in. Yep, so then the last thing I wanted to say then out of all this, right? We talked about everything except for one thing, which is if you're playing goals right now, it into, let's say, the beta. All the way to the full release, but definitely into the beta. There's going to be a lot less updates. Essentially, what you have to understand is what you have with the game right now is what you're going to get. So, you're going to run into the rats. You're going to run into those players that are competing over playing football, right? Which I'm glad they have a ranking system. I'm glad this system's in here. I'm glad they have all this because it gives you some depth to play while you're waiting for full release. Thank God. They could just have, oh, you could play for fun games and nobody would play, right? But it also has a negative to it where you have those players that are just like, win at all costs. I got to get a better ranking. I got to get Division 1. And so that's where you'll start getting, oh, I can abuse dribbling. The defenders aren't well equipped. Oh, crossing. Oh, you see what I'm saying? So it's a good thing but a bad thing because it also creates where players want to win so bad that they sacrifice playing the game of football. And they utilize things that are no doubt going to be removed later on. So if you're playing right now, you just have to understand that. That's why Killshot, and he's 100% right, said goals is full of rats lately, right? There's no more daily fixes. There's enough things to abuse to where the rats are still going to latch on. And I think there's enough silly players out there that don't understand where this game's going and that are thinking, licking their chops, like, oh, another UFL, right? Put this bad boy on the charger. Let's do it. Something went wrong. I never had that before. Interesting. Let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Grab me. Gotta grab the caffeine. I don't promote it, but nicotine and caffeine. Good for the mind. Just packed a hacker? What do you mean by that, Frederick? Just packed a hacker. A beast of a player? Good. Look at back post. Yes. Dude, I love the new animation. I feel like that was within the run of play and she was wide open. Do you guys agree or no? I love the new animations they added for heading. The diving headers are nasty. Go. Boom. To a saddle. Now the goalies have been saving those sometimes, which is crazy. Like, I'm glad they didn't say that one because I hit a rip. Got good finishing. Oh, you played a hacker. It said pack. Thanks, Killshot. Much appreciated. Holy crap. That's the other thing that I don't like too. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but when the keepers have the ball, they can be, they're like super, like the players can almost bombard them because their throws aren't exactly accurate. Players can like bombard you lately, it feels like. Good run. That's that smart back post. Yes, that's that AI guy. She only has 80 pace, but remember what we talked about with the 90s plus. Look at her run. Look at this run. Perfect timing, perfect execution, and then she's the best shooter on my team. Clearly shows that it's just not about pace. I put my pacey players on the bench. I do have a heading specialist, but I'm not going to put him in unless I'm up by enough goals, because I don't like... What the hell? Why did my goalie float like that away? Alpha, right? I don't want to put him in because I feel like headers are still too potent, and I feel like that could be sending a bad message. But like, if I'm in the run of play, I have no problem using a header. If it's in the run of play. But a heading specialist right now, I do believe they should be like better at heading, of course. But even Jans Kohler didn't score like in the 90% of all crosses. That's insane, and that's kind of what it is right now. There's certain players that put a 90-plus heading player up top, cross the same cross all game, and they score, sometimes all of them. That just isn't how it works. Beautiful D. See, just more tools need to be added defensively. It works out. Their defensive system is great. It's all your decision making. But look, see how I read that perfectly and I won the ball. Simple as that. Better through ball there and I would have been good. Good ball. Great save. See, the keepers are saving stuff now. Good defense. Bro, see, they fixed so much shit already. Look at this. Oh, see, to me, I feel like that angle's there, but I can see where it's not. I get it. They fixed so much shit already in this game, bro, and it's been like a week. If that doesn't show you how good these guys are, I don't know what will. Look at this. Oh, no, it locked to the wrong player. You guys see what I was going for, right? Offsides. It depends, bro. The depth really has to depend on your defenders and how you like to defend. I have some speedy defenders right now, so I play a little bit higher. Good. Oh, no. Good. Oh, no. Good. All right, there. I was fat fingering that. That was my fault. There's a difference because there's some players, dude, he's swarming me, dude. But I got that D, baby. I got that D on lock, baby. Trail and go. Yes. Yes, touch. Oh, I should have did a drag back there, guys. Good. Yes. Oh. Yes. But also, they need to sharpen defending before they do that. Because, okay, I'll give you an example. Right now, attackers can shield. They can do different skill moves. They can also sharp cut. Jockeying into sprint jockeying isn't sharp enough. Sprint jockeying, you need to add more speed to it, which I'll show you an example of it. Because if attackers are going to have all this stuff, defenders need to have the ability to battle it. For instance, if you press shield as an attacker, you're using your physicality as part of dribbling. Well, then defenders need to have the ability to shoulder challenge so they can add their physicality. The fact that I can do this, right, and shield, oh shit, and shield as an attacker, but the defender can't do the same, they need to fix it. And then they can sharpen up dribbling. I think they've done a good job up to this point, and I think the stats show pretty good. Like Madi, she's an elite dribbler. You're going to be able to tell the difference between her. Like, I don't know if you saw, as a step over into a sharp move. You'll be able to tell the difference between her and, let's say, an Elaine, right? Or a Sparks. Sparks is a pretty bad dribbler. So they did good there, and then, but it is going to be sharpened. Everything. Put it this way, nothing in this game is fully sharpened yet. Nothing. imagine dress rehearsal compared to, or sorry, like a sound check when they're playing a song and sound check compared to like the actual song. The singer's not even going full throttle. Same with like rehearsals. It's just, everything's going to be sharper. And like even those headers, I like the finishing ability, how it's all you. Like I directed that. You know how many times in eFootball I've headed the ball and it doesn't do what I want it to do? And I'm not talking about smart assist or anything, because you could say, well, smart assist changes it. No, I'm talking about like before smart assist even. I hate their headers like that. Like I'm not talking about either the fact that they have to make them less powerful. I'm just saying in general, I love the heading, the animations they're adding, and the way that you direct your headers accordingly. But I don't like how automatic they are. See, she's my elite dribbler. She's insane with dribbling. But right there, they need to add where he can shoulder charge, okay? I wanted to test. He's got 92. He's actually my best dribbler. That's who I want to practice dribbling with. But right now, because the defenders don't have adequate like room to dribble, this could be considered ratty for sure. Like, watch this dude on the ball. He did good there. I actually think Mahdi feels better than him. I'll have to read those stats out, but he has 92 to her 89. I have to look at the overalls. Oh, nice try. It went near. Yes, exactly. Kill shot. Like, watch. I'll try to do it with Frigario. No, actually, you know, I want to give it to my new player, Shabangu. She's got elite dribbling. But her acceleration isn't good, so she's not a good one. Fern's a good one. Like, Ferns, as long as I get just see like that, he should be able to shoulder bump me. Right? You can run across a player. Like I said, I love the foundation of what their defense is, but you got to add the shoulder charge in there. You wouldn't just run by a player. The defender is going to stick out their foot. They're going to do something. And with all due respect to that, my French guy, that's all he did all game is took advantage of that, which I'll show you again once I get the ball. You're just basically sprinting, putting the ball where a defender would easily get it, but understanding that right now the defenders can't, right? So I'll do it again. Elaine's not a good person to do it with, really, but look. So knowing that, like, this zigzag, they can't really do nothing about this, right? Like, he did there just by sheer number of players, but it wasn't like it was this clean tackle. If he's one-on-one versus me, and I do that, I'm probably beating him 100 times out of 100, no matter what the stats are. That's where they got to fix. So this is exactly what my French guy did. And then he would throw in one of these, then start zigzagging again. Like, what was he going to do there? He had to come in and sweep across. But eventually, if you're playing like that and you're going to get chances, because the defenders, even though they had like 10 chances to win the ball, they don't have the tools to do it. Like right there, that's silly that I couldn't tackle that. That's absolutely silly. All right, so the 4-1 victory. Look, she's an absolute beast defensively. Oh, no, I wanted him to take her on one-on-one. Are you in? Oh. All right, the Nation of Domination. 18 points there. We'll take it. Hell yes. All right. All right, sorry, I had to text good night to the kiddos. All right, we're good. Boom, boom, boom. Because I'm not in the same house. They're over at their grandma's winter break. All right, so what's a good defensive depth? So I'll show you what I play, bruh. 56 right now. I forgot I changed it from 70, but I might move it back up. I'm kind of liking this. It's a sweet spot on high, 56. I actually did this on purpose. Now I remember. 55 is balanced, 56. So I have the lowest I can, but still on high. I play 5-2-1-2, but you see my wing backs. It's basically a 3-back because these are both on wing back, right? I have two CDMs, or actually, sorry, one box to box is playing more defensive, and another that's more attacking, right? So they almost operate almost like in a diamond. This is this Alonso, 90 speed demon, 81 shooting, terrible passing though. So this is more of a test, but 81 defense. I really would rather have a good passer there, like this mofo, who's still a great. Still a great dribbler, and he's got good long shots. Attacking IQ 75, finishing 85, finishing 81. But his defense is lower, 86 passing though. I'm gonna try Bonte real quick over Alonso. Ooh, Bonte's got 2 upgrades available too, guys. Madi's got 1 still. I'm almost to the point where Ferns can upgrade, guys. That's huge. And same with Altani. The packs, I would only open 5 of them for 15, bro. I'm definitely opening that. Well, let's open this, the daily. Damn, I got to decide to upgrade. So I only would go for the blues or the greens. But now that there's blues available, I would only go for the blues. Then when you get these lower ones, only keep the ones that have the lightning 4 or 5. Because that's how many times they can upgrade. The 1s, 2s, and 3s get rid of. Boom, 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 boom. So that puts me at... Wait, I didn't get any freaking... Oh my god, it's barely any. 8,000 for 20. Wait, so 8,000 to get how many? How much are these? How much do these sell for again? Son of a bitch. Only like 100 though, so that's 2,000. So you want to buy this 15K for 5. 6,000 for 1. That's a good deal right here. 65 for, but typically I'd only go blue. YOLO. YOLO, boys. YOLO. No problem, Frederick. My pleasure, brother. And if you want any more stuff, dude, I have a ton of content. I did a video every day. I have another one coming too that's really good. Talking about the power of the player stats. And the pure football essence of it. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. That will be coming soon. Damn, only 1 for each of these? Wow, I just spent 15K to get totally screwed. They just cooked me, bro. Everyone just 1 upgrade. Everyone dog shit. Unbelievable. That's probably the worst uncommon pack I've ever seen, bro. Wow. Wow. Dude, I hope if you guys open that. That was at 15K for 5 uncommons. That was... But I would only open these 30K ones, bro. I would only open those 30K ones. Where am I at with challenges, bro? I swear to God, I'm almost done with all the challenges, too. Oh, never mind. I got a long way to go for a couple of them. 2,300 for that. One blue pack for that. Win 150 a while for that. So just blue packs. Score 35 goals. What? Oh, that's new. Because I was like, only 4 goals I've scored? What? No legendaries available. So I think we might be done with legendaries. You either have 1 or 2 legendaries. Unless you can evolve one of your players into a legendary, I guess. You guys know what I was thinking, guys? You know how they keep track of stats? Like when you go into view in browser? See how they keep track of your goals and assists? Dude, what if they did like... you get... You know, if you get 100 goals in 1v ranked matches, you get a plus 10 in shooting. Or, you know, 50 goals in ranked, you get a plus 5 in shooting. Or the goalkeeper, you get every 5 clean sheets, you get a plus 1. Or wouldn't that be dope? Something like that, like they tied to the player performance for little upgrades. You score, 20 weak foot goals, and your weak foot rating goes up 10 every 20 you get, or something like that, bro. How sick would that be? To me, that would be sick. I hope they do something like that. 85 overall, though, man. That's big time. I was in the 7th. Come on, right now I'm on live.
Of course I get you.
Exactly, shoot a text. $50K pack. Let me see. 50K. What's the 50K one for? I would do. Oh yeah, isn't that for epic card? Is it purple? Definitely do that one first. Once you get 50K, do that one for sure. Alright, we lost in the semifinals 4-2 last time. I can't use my legendaries. But everybody else I can use. So let's play some football, boys. Tournament time. Gooner for life 10. Yes, you want to do that, Frederick. 100%. I forgot about that pack. I had already opened that a bit ago. Definitely do that. What the hell? That player sold there big time. Shit. Didn't work out how I wanted. that was silly of me. I could have got screwed there. No, that was supposed to go to Sparks. Yes, look at that run. Shouldn't have sprinted. Should have slowed down, actually, but hindsight's 20/20. Oh, what the cookie monster. Good D. Look at that. Yes, look at that. Dude, the better attacking AI for these higher ranked players matters, guys. It's huge. Good. Go, go, go. Take your space. Take your space. Perfect. Oh, I thought he was going to try like a FC kind of sprint boost there, which was silly of me because I know those don't work in this game. Boom, I know right where he's going. I know he's going here next. Nope. Offsides. No? But he was cutting it. Good game here so far. I love it. Good competition. Good, you're in. Oh, you're crazy, bro. You're crazy. Look at that. Oh, I thought I read him there. Good D. Good. 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 The deflections seem better now, too. Dude. Somehow he's, like, reading these little glitches. These little glitches that are happening. He's, like, spot on them. Look at that. Oh, my God. Great lead ball. Yes, you're in. Yes. Great finish. A little unlucky from him, but we'll take it. I think he missed. Obviously, he missed past it, but I wonder what he was seeing there. He didn't see my player blocking that angle. Yes. Ah, great D, buddy. Good. No. I see it. I see what he wants. That's some bullshit, man. That's some bullshit, man. Come on, Otani, you got this. Boom. See if I would have upgraded him. Ah, see on those. I wish they would do a stumble on those. Because what happens is you get the ball and you're in a position where you don't have a place to, like, pass it. Right? And instead of, like, stumbling, they recover the ball automatically. See? He's a tacklebacker. Now, I'm not saying he's purposely trying to be a rat. But that's a bit ratty, I must say so myself. Good win. Good win, yes. No, that was supposed to go wide. Oh, my God. So lucky to get that to go through, and I should have dribbled around her. So lucky. So that it's almost... I meant to go all the way wide left there, guys. Why it went to... But that attacking IQ of Henderson is unreal, boys. The elite attacking IQ, take that over pace all day. Take that over pace all day, which I love about this game, bro. I love it, dude. It means it's huge to have that. Finally, they're breaking the FIFA curse. Yes! Oh, you lucky prick. Look at this. I'm going to surprise him. Boom. Oh, I went to the side of him. You're in. Oh, my God. Back post. Oh, oh, guys, he's hanging on by a thread. Damn, he didn't mark that player. Which, by the way, is kind of ratty, I'm not going to lie, because it's hard to mark that player, but... Dude, left-footed! He's getting lucky now. Now we're just talking some bullshit here. You're in. Yes. Look at this. Oh, how did he not think I was going to cut it? I cut it the 3 other times. Offsides. Did I keep him on? I did. No, I didn't. And he went for a cross immediately. This motherfucker. Maybe I put my heading specialist in against him. Since he crossed too, you know. Look, you're in. Oh, dude. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna take Sparks out. Put my heading specialist in. What the hell was he doing there? Oh, I was right there to get him. Dude. 89 shooting my ass, although I haven't put her in the best shooting positions. No! Cancel, cancel, cancel. Alright, we'll take it. Oh, dude. He would have been pissed if that went in after. I would have been off if he left it. Okay. Heading specialist. I'm going to sub. She gets in a lot. No, wait, what? Alright, let's see how that works. Should not be 1-0. Well, that's okay, because it is, and we got to do something about it. Now, here's the tricky part. My heading specialist can't jump, but he can head the ball in. So it'll be interesting. I sent her and she didn't run. Oh, I stopped. I read him so good, too. All sides. The keepers need to start grabbing those if they're able to, though. I don't like how they don't grab those. Dude, Mahdi, run. I guess I didn't manually send her. Good. Oh, dude, he's getting so lucky. Good read. Perfect defense, if I must say so myself. I've never seen a luckier player, bro. Offsides. Beautiful switch. Good ball. Look at this ball. Oh, come on. 7 seconds. He tried to take me out. That was crazy. The look of that player. Another question. I'm sorry. No, dude, ask as many questions as you want, Frederick, bro. That's why I made this channel, dude. Their player roles. Should I leave it on deep lying forward? Are you fucking kidding me with that dumbass question, bro? No, I'm just kidding, dude. So, their player. Should I leave it on? I have both of mine on attack and on not deep lying forward. I have it on. What is it called? Let me open this pack and then I'll check that for you, bro. Ooh, I got a Shite center mid. 3 upgrades, though. You never know. We'll keep her around for now. So I have my striker attack. Striker attack. All right, give me 1 sec, baby. 1 sec, boys. I'll be right back. Hold on, I'm coming. I told her she has to get cookies straight. Alright, I'm live. Sorry, I had to deal with some daughter stuff. Little Berry Terriers. Yeah, I would go attack. Now, if you want them to come to the ball every time, Frederick, then you could go deep line forward. But the reason why I don't like that is because if I want them to come to the ball, I'll manually call them. But typically, I want them on runs. I love the run making in this game. And you can trigger them forward, but I'd rather trigger them back if I need them to come back than trigger them forward. All right, let's do it. Look at this, wide open. Boom. Oh, what a save. See, the keepers are making saves now. Great pass, great save. Offsides by a mile. See how I stopped my defender? I stopped her from running. Could have kept her going, but I knew he was going to continue his run. Took a gamble, and I was right. No, other player. Good. Oh, good. No! Offsides again. Not offsides. Holy shit, yeah, offside. Nope. Holy shit, he was blah blah blah. She wasn't offsides. What a ball. Look at this ball. What a goal. Boys, that is goals right there. And that's why I don't have it on deep line forward. Because when you have... Look at this. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness, dude. Can you get any better than that? That is football. Offsides. Damn it. Oh, wrong player. No. Dude, you lucky little bitch. You lucky little no skill having ass little bitch. No skill having ass little bitch. I'm going to try to dribble your whole team. Good. You deserve this. I'm about to put my header specialist if you get another shitty goal, so don't even think about it. What a ball. Oh. He's playing way too in-depth, and he sucks at switching his defenders. Good ball. Come on. Dude, I did not want that touch to go in. You lucky little prick. How is he getting away with that? I'm reading him like a freaking book. All sides. I'm reading him like a book, boys. No, I screwed up. God damn it. Alright, this is a tackle back fucking loser. I hate these rat bastards, bro. Only these fuckers do this shit. It's like they know how to fucking... Offsides again, dipshit. They know how to do this shit. They make the... Alright. I'm done. I'm done. Something's going on here, boys. I'm waiting for the animation. It's not going, and then there's delay. I'm hoping this is just this fucking idiot that I'm playing, although he's been doing it. Yeah, it happened to him too. Okay, good. It's both of us. I'd much rather have it happen to both of us than what I thought it was. What the fuck? This game's feeling so weird, dude. I guess if you are in bad area, you're going to get this from time to time. It is an alpha. But man, does this feel terrible. It's one of those games. Do you guys get those games? Those awkward games that feel really crappy? Look at this! Get out of here. Nice try. Nice try, buddy. I think I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's just dealing with like bad connection. Although I've had bad connection, I'm still not fucking I still haven't had one tackle back, so I still don't get how players go for those tackle backs or get them. See, he's not switching to his defenders. If I can just get that ball through. I don't want to just force it, but I still can't believe that trash goal he got. No! 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 He must have been delayed, dude. That must have been both of us delayed. Well, that answers your question. Hopefully he knows I was delayed too, though, bro. I wasn't. Hopefully he knows I was delayed too. Those games make you wonder because they feel so different from every other game. I don't want this dude coming on Discord like, that OG was messing with the connection. Luckily, this is on live, so he can't say that, but I'm just saying. It felt for sure like he was messing shit up because they were getting those tackle backs. He was getting those tackle backs. Can someone explain to me why some people, like, what do they do differently? Because I never get those. I never go for them. Are they going for them? Or is that... Because what happens is you win the ball, and after I typically lose the ball, my first movement is to get back in position to try to, like, defend. But they'll lose it, and when you take your certain touches to the left, to the right, backwards, they run right through you to try to, like, get the ball too. You see what I'm saying? And I can't figure out why that is. It makes me wonder. Yeah, but they're losing the ball. How the fuck do they anticipate that quickly? Unless they're planning to lose the ball. No, but they're losing the ball. So say they're dribbling, or they pass, and you intercept it, and they immediately, as soon as they lose the ball, they run into you and get it back, which is a tackle back, right? But some players do it over and over and over and over, and I don't see how they could be doing it on accident unless they're purposely, like, if I'm passing the ball to store, okay, and it goes to edit team because I read the play right and I move my defender over, I get it with edit team. They were passing to store, it goes to edit team. Once it goes to edit team, my first move is, okay, I got to come back and defend. They'll lose the ball, or they'll dribble with store into edit team. And then immediately, instead of going, oh, I lost the ball, let me get back and defend, they'll run right into you. And I'm wondering, no, because they're going forwards. Look, their store, I'm edit team. I get the ball with edit team, and I'll either go backwards, to the left, or to the right. Whatever way I'm going when I intercept the pass, right? You kind of go with the momentum. And they lose the ball here, and their immediate action is to go run into you. Their immediate action. But it's so quick, it's like, how can you be going for a pass. And then you were going to have to go around my defender. So I read it with my defender. I intercepted. The only way I see that they're able to react that quick, where as soon as you win the ball, they're immediately running into you as if they literally just anticipate losing the ball. Like they plan to lose, either they want to lose it because then they can run into you and steal it and go in on goal, or every time they make a pass, because your next pass, if he connects it with store, he's then going to look to pass over here to wish list. Right? Let's just pretend he's all the way out wide left. So when he receives it, he's immediately going to look this way. Boom, 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 boom. But I intercepted it, and he ends up running forward into me. It's like, what other thing could they be doing besides going for the tackle back? Because they're running straight forward into you. It's like, bro, there was no command that you would be thinking about running forward. So it's interesting to me, but I don't know. Oh, wow, I just played that game without my 2 legendary players. Now we're back in the tournament action, boys and girls. Majestics. All right, let's see what we got here, boys and girls. Madi, straight out wide to Horoid. Step over, cut back, go, 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 go. No, why did you do that? Henderson, I was setting you up for success. Oh, I thought he was going to anticipate. What the hell? Bro, what are you doing? Is this mother trucker serious? The Cameroonian beast. Bro, that step over, or sorry, ball roll, when your players have elite ball roll, like 90 plus ball roll, is sick, bro. It really is sick. Let's see it. Ball roll, finish. Oh no, I wanted a ball roll to. You can't really bridge skills with dude, is this a real player? There's a Travella, then I learned that your player has to have elite finishing or they will go inside the foot. Yeah, backwards. Yeah, backwards. Me too, Boomfell. Yeah, me too, backwards. They go forward and run into you. I'll try to show it if this player goes for it. But it's like this. But then I win the ball kind of from an angle and go this way or this way or this way. And they'll immediately do this. Let me try it. Let me see if I can do it. Boom, boom. But with the same player. Like, not with a different player. I'm going to test out some things in this game if this player will indulge and not leave. See, like right there, I was able to move out of the way because he didn't exactly run forward. Go get it. Go get it, Marty. Oh my good gosh. My good gosh. But watch this. I want to show you guys something else. I want to put in my heading specialist, and then I want to do this with Madi and see if it works. Yeah, see? They're way too strong. There you go. Good. Oh, it's a foul. I was going to say, they're way too strong. The fact that you can burn players like that. See, I can't even change people. Now I want to go for long shots too. So this dude I think is good at long shots. Yep. So I'm gonna put him in for you, and then I want to put Matovu from, I think that's New Guinea. I want to put Matovu in. See, he's elite at heading, but he's not elite at jumping, as you can see. So I don't know how that's going to work. If he's wide open, most players would score the header anyway. So even his description is like elite header. It's like, how does that work? The motherfucker can't jump. Oh, dude. I got to score outside the box. That's my challenge for myself. Look at this. Look at the spacing in this setup. How could anybody call this? Look at this. So much more space in this than a 4-2-3-1, especially in the middle. To do whatever you want. Sparks. I should have done a regular shot. No. You can't right stick. That's what I was going for. You can't do anything on those long... Hey, at least it didn't go to shooting one. You'll be like at the corner flag and it's shown up as a shooting free kick. You can cross from it, but it's kind of goofy. Vetta, he was my guy with the... Dummy. I was thinking go against the grain. Man, my poor guy, I think he got right into a tournament not realizing probably needed some work first. Probably thinking what? Prodigy, my boy over there, Prodigy, the old eFootball, probably thinking what he thought of the game. Come on, 99 long shots. Tovu, your heading's not impressing me. Let me see the difference between... I want to send it. I want to, here it is. Jockey and sprint jockey. So let me test it. Jockey, sprint jockey. Jockey, sprint jockey. There's a difference, but not much. They need to make sprint jockey better. Sprint jockey's nowhere near good enough right now. there's just barely a change in pace. Like, you can barely even tell. Yeah, shots from distance are a mother trucker, bro. Oh, I like those. Kurtlers, as Kurt calls them. Kurtlers. What the? Oh, no. Son of a biscuit. Oh! Let's get to the next game. I'm bored out of my mind. And these players drive me nuts, bro. I'm not saying he's not trying, but like, bro. Come on. I mean, maybe he's not trying. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. But look, this is sprint jockey, this is jockey. Sprint jockey, jockey. Sprint jockey, jockey. Sprint jockey, jockey. Sprint jockey. Play through ball 2 out of bounds. What the fuck? I didn't even notice his team is way out of... Ha! She travailed it. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. I think this could be it, guys. Goal! Oh, you pricky prickster. No. No. I needed that for the highlight reel. No. Nice tackle. Nice. Nice try, bro. You're getting a little bit better. They've improved incrementally since the start of the game. That's good to see. Keep working, brother. Keep working, my brother. Keep working, my brother, from another mother. That's the ball game, folks. Whoever that was, if I have words of encouragement, don't give up, bro. Keep playing. You'll get better and 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 better. Alright, man. That one did me in. Hopefully you guys like my little review. I was kind of all over the place. That's why I like doing the videos where I can kind of space things out and plan it. But I'm one of those people that just talks from the heart, dude. So, it's a little bit better put together, but the bottom line is this is a beta. Not even a beta, it's an alpha. And you can't, even though many of us are playing this game right now, just like this is our football game, right? So we're playing it like a full release, and it's got the rankings and this and that. It's still an alpha. encourage you to give your feedback because these guys are amazing at taking it in, right? But also at the same time, remember, if there's something obvious like, dude, I wish on free kicks I could cross. Well, no shit, they're going to add that, right? If it's a real obvious thing, like, they're going to add it. It's just the alpha. If it's something that makes a lot of sense, it's like, why isn't this in? Dude, send it. They're awesome. You know, at the very least, you can try. What is it going to hurt you? And then if not, if you're playing and just competing, I strongly encourage you to keep playing football. Right? For one, I think you would have more fun, and for two, there's already all these shitty games where you can abuse everything in everything. You might as well play one football game to play football, win or lose, right? Not to mention there's a lot of players out there that are still play testing because that's what this is for. You're still working out the game, figuring out new cool things to add as they make hot fixes, testing that new whatever they fixed out, right? When you start going, I want a better team right now. I need to get to Division 1. I want to be the best alpha goals player ever, right? Then it is, come on, right? Just enjoy this version of the game, play football, spread the beauty of this game, and then help the devs give us the best football game ever because your stamp will be on it. Everybody will have a little piece of the stamp. So when it goes out, right, we're all stamped. We're all loyal to this game for life. Boy, it's for life. So that's my take. I'm going to keep enjoying goals. If you are counting, I'm headed to 55 from rank 3. Division 3, rank, yeah, rank, I don't know if it was division or rank 3. And then I heard that this is going to be more for like weekly rewards is what you're going for. You're trying to move up in like weekly rewards. But I heard there's a mode. I'll actually tell you guys now. It's not like a secret. I don't think it is. Maybe whatever. It's called Knockout. It's like a knockout. That's the one where it's like instant rewards. This is more tiered up and you try to get the rewards as you go, but like Knockout's going to be like the game apparently. I can't wait to see what that's about, dude. I literally can't wait. I know it's going to be something amazing because Goals is amazing, but make sure you like and subscribe. We'll have plenty of more streams, plenty of more content. Frederick, I was happy to help you tonight. Bro, never be afraid to ask questions. You should join my Discord. Maybe you already do, and I just don't know your name on there because it's different. But if you are on there, just make sure you say, this is Frederick. Any questions you want, private message me. Put them in Goals General, Goals Tactics, or Goals Tips and Tutorials, whatever you need in particular. And really in any football game, guys, we have channels for everything. So we're there to help, dude. We have the most badass people in football gaming in that community. So make sure you join my Discord. It's free. Like, subscribe. Make sure you join Goals Discord. Any feedback you have that could be helpful, share it with them, dude. Not to mention they share a lot of little tidbits that are very helpful in there. It's easily the best, most interactive, talented, cool as hell development team. And I mean it. Check for yourself. You know, I don't get paid to say this. This is an advertisement. I'm just telling you the truth. So take it or leave it, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.